When rolling out video in the workplace, don't forget the fundamentals. That's what we'll talk about on this edition of... Hi, I'm Steve Vonder, Haar, Senior Analyst with Wainhouse Research, welcoming you to this edition of Strategies for Streaming Success, sponsored by Ramp. In this edition of Strategies, we're taking a look at one of those issues that would seem to be a self-evident truth of enterprise video, and that's when you're implementing a streaming platform, make sure you do not expose your organization to any undue risks or vulnerabilities. In short, security really is job number one. But just what do we mean when we talk about security in relation to enterprise video? Well, I'm glad you asked. Now, at the outset of our discussion, we have to recognize that there's no single definition for security as it relates to enterprise video. Rather, we have to think of security more as a mindset. And when we're implementing these capabilities, we make sure we don't leave the door open to wayward outsiders from doing harm to our organization. So this means security really comes in multiple flavors. And the first, most prominent of these is the ability to maintain network security. Above all, we want to make sure we don't blow any holes in the corporate firewall that lets outsiders maybe come in and mess around with our network. Do not create any external vulnerabilities where outsiders are able to access the network and perhaps do things that could cause harm to your organization. As a matter of fact, this is a key concern for IT executives. Among those surveyed by Wainhouse Research in the third quarter 2019 in a survey of more than 300 IT executives, more than two-thirds, 67% of these respondents describe network security as a very important influence on their streaming purchase decision. And while network security is a big deal, it's not the only issue of security relevance to those using video in the enterprise. Specifically, many executives want to make sure that they keep prying eyes away from their video content. In essence, you want to make sure that you have control over the video and who's able to watch a specific video passage. As a matter of fact, in a survey of more than 2,000 corporate executives conducted by Wainhouse Research in the fourth quarter 2019, we asked just how important is it for you to be able to secure content from those not authorized to view. And we see the results posted right over here, segmented by the frequency of business video viewership. And it turns out that the more often individuals watch business video, the more concerned they are about exactly who has access to that video. Among those who watch online business video on a daily basis, 74% say that it's very important to secure content from those not authorized to view. That total drops to 50% among those watching business video on a weekly basis and down to 40% among those on a less than weekly basis. What this tells us is that as online video becomes more widely used, it likely becomes adopted for more sensitive and important communications, and thereby increasing the need for securing content from those who should not be able to watch it. Obviously, security is one of those building blocks for implementing a successful enterprise video strategy, but there are other issues that organizations should be considering, and we talk about those in a white paper that Wainhouse Research developed in partnership with Ramp that is called Building a Scalable Strategy for Enterprise Streaming. And in that paper, we talk about security and 4 other basic truths that are associated with making video work better in your workplace. For access for a free copy of that paper, go to the URL at the bottom of the screen, ramp.com/truths, and you'll be able to download that white paper for free. That's all the time we have for this edition of Strategies for Streaming Success. Our thanks goes out to our sponsors at Ramp and to you for joining us for today's presentation. Be sure to join us online next time when we'll be taking a look at more issues related to the deployment of video in the enterprise on the next edition of Strategies for Streaming Success. For Wainhouse Research, I'm Steve Vonder. Thanks for your time.